Good evening. Well, hopefully someone will come in. I see we got one person. Welcome. Hopefully Nightbot's going to join us soon. Tried having it up here so you could see the weather as soon as you came in, but not thinking that Nightbot won't come in until after I go live. So I may have to put that in again. Oh, there. It did pick up on the first one. Hello, Marianne. Good to have you here. Yeah, I saw earlier you'd left a message yesterday, I think it was. Or a hello, not really a message. Hello, Wanda. And my week hasn't been too bad. The heat's been getting to me a little bit. So I haven't been doing much. Well, for 3 days in a row, I ended up going out in the middle of the afternoon to take care of the chickens. Instead of getting it done in the morning, just different things came up and didn't get it done. And being out there half hour, 45 minutes in the heat was bothering me a little bit. But today I got out there. I was back inside before noon. I think I watered them like 10:30 or so this morning, 10:30, 11 o'clock. So today I feel a little bit better. Hello, Josh. Good to have you here. But they're doing well. The chicks are really doing good. Even though the chicks are only 2 weeks old, I think I can take the heat away from them now. They're not even going under the heat plate anymore. That's that's a good sign. Hello, Sean. Good to have you. Because I want to get the chicks in either something bigger or divide them up into more totes, because even though it's a big tote, have them in now, they're getting pretty crowded in there. And if they don't need the heat anymore, then I'm going to be able to do that. I just don't want to do it too quick. I've got the heat in there, so if they do want to go under the heat plate, it's there for them. And it was, at any given time, there'd be 2, sometimes 3 underneath, and the rest would be out wandering around or on top of it or whatever. But it looks like now they're not even going under it. They're feathering out quick. The chicks grow up so fast. You're Superman. Hey, buddy. He's such a sweet cat. Hello, back to good. Good to have you here. Yeah, hopefully we don't end up with any fights tonight like we did on Sunday. And ever since then, Oreo and Batman have been just fine. Later that night, they were laying together like best friends. That's the first time in over 5 years, well, 5 years and 3 months, that they ever did anything like that. So I'm not exactly sure what set them off that night. Sometimes they'll hiss at each other a little bit, maybe swat each other a little bit. But that's the first time they've ever actually been in a fight. So hopefully, then go another little over 5 years before it happens again. Speaking of Oreo, here he is. I guess he doesn't want to be held. Yeah, they're right into it. I think I'm going to get him some common collard just to be on the safe side. They're the only two that even argue a little bit. And I see I can get a 2-pack of those common collards for $21. The only thing is they're only good for 30 days. And I hate to spend $21 on something that's only going to be good for a month. So I may just see how things go. If they get another fight, then I will get them. I want to get the feel away eventually. But right now, I've just got extension cords that I use for electric. And that feel away has to be plugged in so it's upright. So that'd be difficult to do with a cord. Hello, Eddie. Good to have you here. Don't scratch on that, or he'll stop, please. That's one reason I want to get the feel away. That's supposed to decrease scratching also. I guess sometimes the scratching is just when they're trying to shed the toenails. Another time it's a nervous scratching. So that's why I'm thinking it might help with that. I don't know why he'd be nervous, but actually here's Oreo and Batman staring at each other right now. Not acting like they want to fight, but okay, now they each went their own direction. I'm going to be doing some work on the chicken run coming up here soon. I need to get some more room for the adolescent birds that I have. So I'm going to get them a run built inside the run that's got the electric fence around it. So then they'll have their section of the big run. And I think I'm gonna build a brooder box so I can put the young chicks outside. Because I can give them more room by putting them outside than I can in here. So that's going to be coming up soon. So hopefully I can keep all the birds happy until I get to my permanent place, and then I can work on some permanent runs there. Hello, Rebecca. Good to have you here. But in the meantime, I'm not going to be doing too much the next few days. I don't want to push it too much with the heat. I stay up too late to get up early in the morning. That's what I keep intending to do, is get up early in the morning so I can get some stuff done in the morning. But then it ends up not happening. And last night I did end up getting to bed about 11. But usually it's after midnight. So then I don't feel like getting up 6 o'clock to get outside early in the morning. But fall's coming. And then I'm hoping I can start getting stuff done this fall. I still haven't got my license in the mail yet. They said that would be mailed out on or about August 23rd, which is today. That may have been mailed out a few days ago. I won't know the exact date that they mailed it. So I'm hoping they did mail it out a couple days ago, and maybe it'll get here very soon. Then when that gets here, then I can get the verification done for Google AdSense. And then I can get, well, then they have to do the address verification, which consists of mailing me a pen. And then after that's done, then I can get my monetization active again. So hopefully that won't take too long. And then I'll be able to turn the New York license in for an Arkansas license. and then I'll have everything that I need to apply for food stamps and Medicaid and stuff. You gotta put your zip code in after weather, Wanda. Yeah. Kind of cool up there, isn't it? Hello, Gary. Good to have you here. Then once I get Medicaid, then I can get established with a primary doctor. And that's one of the pieces of information I still have to get to my disability attorney. He can get started with the information I gave him. But he said I do need to get a primary doctor as soon as possible. And then I'm sure, based on my medical history, primary doctor is going to be giving me a referral to an orthopedist and get me set up with all of that. And also, then I can get a prescription and get my gabapentin again. I just ran out of that last week. And I'm needing that. So I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to call the pharmacy that I was dealing with and seeing how much it would be to buy that, since I don't have insurance now. And if it's not too much, then I have to call the last doctor's office I had and see if they can send a prescription in for a month's supply, so I can get back on that. Hello, the chicken. Good to have you here. Hello, Russian Wind Mountain. Good to have you here. Hello, Ark Wildman. Good to have you here. Hope I didn't miss anyone here. Have any luck with your hours, the chicken? I watched a little more of your 4-hour video. I think I'm at like 2 hours and 15 minutes in that now. And I was playing one of your playlists last night. Well, that sucks. You got people unsubscribing from you. Yeah, it really makes it tough because you've been on there over a year. So now you're losing every day, and it's a tough game when you keep losing some every day. Nope, we didn't get a drop, Ark Wild Man. Thought we were gonna. It started thundering pretty good. It clouded up, but never made it this far. You get any rain? Because I know your direction that it was thundering. Yeah, there's definitely some issues with the YouTube system, that's for sure. I think I got my notifications figured out. Because I've been setting notifications for a long time. I set notifications for every channel I subscribe to because that's what I was told to do. But then it just got to the point that I subscribed to so many channels, a lot of them aren't supporting me, but I'm getting all their notifications, and I want to support the ones that are supporting me, and a lot of the notifications I wanted to get, I wasn't getting. Stuff was getting lost. Well, earlier today, I realized, because I thought I was going to have to go to each channel and change notifications there, and that'd be impossible to do that. But today I realized on the notifications, if you click on the three dots up in the corner, it gives you two options: hide this notification or stop getting notifications from this channel. So I started going through, and the ones I don't want to get notifications from anymore, I started clicking stop getting notifications from them. And I noticed the rest of the day, as more notifications come in, I'm starting to get some in now from the channels I actually want to get notifications from. So maybe I can get that straightened out, and I'll quit missing all these pop-up lives and videos and stuff. The ones that have a Pacific time they have their live, I can't say really have them all memorized, but I have some of them memorized. Yeah, I hope you can get that to check in. That would be good. Well, I'm glad you got a little rain, Ark Wild Man. I know we sure could use some rain. Yeah, stuff is starting to dry up pretty good here, Wanda. We weren't doing too bad most of the summer. We had a dry spell, and then we got a little rain every day for about a week straight. We didn't get a lot of rain, but it rained some every day. And now we haven't got a drop of rain in Probably 3 weeks. Been a while. Yeah, it's going to take me forever. But I can see now where it is starting to make a little difference. So that's what I'm going to do. Like everyone's in here tonight, your notifications are all staying on. Because these are the ones I want to get notifications from. Yep, same thing I'm doing, Eddie. Because I want to be able to support the ones that are supporting me. Hello, Roberta. Good to have you here. Yep, I am getting notifications from you, Russian Wind Mountain. There's a lot of them I haven't been. Well, in fact, I haven't been getting a lot of Devil Dogs notifications. But I've been watching him for a year or better now, so I know when his lives are. But I'm not getting notifications most of the time. Yeah, my videos that are 8-9 minutes, my average view time is normally 3.5 minutes. You know, stay up there. Lucky he can barely touch the keyboard. He's been known to shut my laptop right off doing that before. I've found that the more I talk in the videos, the longer my view time is. If it's a video where I'm only talking like 2 or 3 minutes in it, and then I just go in to show pictures of animals and stuff, then my average view time on those videos might only be minute and a half. But if I'm talking for 5-6 minutes, I might have 3.5-4 minutes average view time on them. I don't know the last update that you heard, Roberta, so I'll let you know, and then anyone else that hasn't heard it. I went to see my disability attorney on the 11th. Friday will be 2 weeks. Gave him all the information I had. He explained everything to me, what the process was, and everything. And told me I'm going to have to get set up with a primary doctor. And then I have to keep him updated with all that information, of course. But, well, I guess you want to be on camera, Daisy? But he's got enough information now to get started with everything. There's just more stuff that he's going to need as things progress along, so I can keep him updated on my medical condition, so he can keep my case updated. But unfortunately, it's not going to be a quick process. He's thinking most likely it's going to be 2.5 years. It could be sooner. But he said more than likely it will be denied twice. And then on the third try, he's almost sure it'll go through then. Because he's got 35 years experience with this and he knows how the system works. So hopefully it'll be quicker than that, but he told me more than likely that's what it's going to be. I was wondering about that to check in. I saw the projected path of one of those hurricanes. And it looked like it was heading right up the East Coast. Well, you're welcome, Josh. Yeah, that's what I was thinking it. I know they didn't have the projected path all the way up there, but just the way it was headed, it kind of looked like to me New Jersey, New York City, Connecticut area. Yes, that's right. Russian Wind Mountain. There's some channels I'm subscribed to, but I have never seen in my life. They've never left a comment for me. So I can only assume that they have never watched any of my stuff. And I'm getting notifications from them all the time. Well, if they're not watching my stuff, then I don't care to watch their stuff. Actually, Wanda, I think I get... Of course, there's some channels do get more support, but I think I get probably average or above average support. Like right now, I've got 14 in this live. Well, 13 now. And I have been in some lives where they might have close to 2,000 subscribers. And they have like 10, 12 people in their lives. And if the timing's just right, there's times I'll have 20, 25 people in my live. Yeah, I'm just getting rid of the notifications from those channels that I'm 99.9% sure never watch me. And if I do happen to find out that they're just lurking in my live, or if they're watching my videos and not comment or whatever, if I ever find that out, then I can always go back and turn the notification back on and start supporting them. Hello, Tales Told in the Dark. Good to have you here. I've got a couple videos with over 100 hours on them. Most of my videos are a lot less. Yeah, I've been having that happen to me in other people's lives, the chicken. I know there's been a couple of them in the past few days. Just all of a sudden, the chat stops and nothing's coming up. Well, in fact, it happened to me on Sunday. My own chat stopped. I didn't realize it for like 10 minutes because I was behind in chat. And then when I got down there, I had to refresh in order to get the chat to start back up. Yes, it is back to good. It's very time consuming. Yeah, I had to sign release forms saying that he can get records from all my doctors. Seemed like I had to sign like 50 forms for him that day. Okay, the chicken. If you're still live when I get off here, I'll come over. Yep, that's exactly what he told me, Roberta. In fact, he gave me a paper here. Yeah, he told me for the first 6 months, nothing will happen. And then between 6 months and a year, 85% are denied and 15% are approved. But he said it's more like only 5% are approved because 10% will be people that's terminally ill and they just got a few months to live. So he said realistically it's 5%. But he said he would say I have about a 7% chance of getting approved in the first phase. And then after the first 6 months to a year, next phase is 4 to 6 months, 9% are approved. He says it might happen then, but it's unlikely. And he said then, of course, by then we're talking 10 to 18 months in. And then the next 6 to 9 months after that, it's a 45 to 65% approval rate. And he said he thinks I'll be above the 65%. So that's why he's almost sure that by the third phase of that I will get approved. But the thing is, by then we're already 2 years into it. So in the meantime, I'll have no income. I'm hoping that selling chicks works out good. But that's going to be almost a year before I'll have any chicks to sell. And of course, that's going to take time to build up. So it's going to be rough. Hello, Lindy Oki. Good to have you here. Hello, Kickapoo Crafty Cat. Good to have you here. And thank you for commenting that back to good. I was just going to say that. Hello, my wild home. Good to have you here. Yeah, I'm not doing too bad tonight. Best place there is to hang out tonight. Yeah, that probably does happen back to good. They drag it out, just hoping half of them will die. I wouldn't be surprised if they do that. Yeah, that's it, Roberta. People get discouraged after a while. But this attorney's not going to give up. Like I was saying earlier, he's got 35 years experience in this. And he said he's retiring in 2 years. But he said he's still going to be there for me until I get my disability. He said just because he's retiring doesn't mean he's giving up the cases that he's got. He just won't be taking on anything new. But he said he's going to be there for me until I get it. And I know that he knows what the process is because he explained it all to me. Oh yeah, with 7 dogs, you're gonna end up with a dog fight. That's how many dogs there is on the farm here. It's 7. Did anyone have any questions for me? Or any topics you want me to go over again? Well, you know, when I get a vehicle, which should be soon, I am planning on getting a windshield mount or dash mount or something for my phone, and I'm gonna do some more filming of the views, and I'm gonna, obviously I'm not gonna be out driving around all day, but I am gonna try to go to some spots where I can get some good views and put some videos out on that. And I did get phone mount for my bike. Got that from Walmart for like $5-6. Because I came to the conclusion I couldn't find my phone mount that I knew I had packed, and I couldn't find my brand new pair of sneakers that I know I packed. So I'm thinking there must have been another bag or box or whatever I put that stuff in that I ended up not bringing with me. So I found a $15 pair of sneakers at Walmart and that phone mount. And then I also, because the speakers are very weak on this laptop, also found this sound bar for, I think it was $8.99. What else did I get? Something else I got too. Forgot what that was. I know I got 4 items. And it came to $35. I didn't have to pay shipping. Because I don't like paying $5.99 or $6.99, whatever it is, for shipping. So I always try to order $35 worth of stuff. But what I was going to originally say was I got this phone mount for my bike. So now when I go out riding my bike, I can put my phone there, start recording, and at least I'll be able to get some scenery that way. Yes, it is, Rachel. Very hard to remember everyone's name. That is the reason that I haven't been calling you by your name. I keep forgetting that. And I know you just told someone, I think it was earlier today, or maybe it was yesterday, what your name was, and I had forgotten it already. Hello, Texas Homegrown Girl. Good to have you here. So hopefully, I can get some more filming done. And I've got stuff right here I need to get filmed and get videos out on. But I just haven't felt like doing anything the past week or two. Yeah, that's a good thing that David Moffat did. Because not many people do have a complete list. I know Nancy from Our Treasured Home has a lot of the lives because she'll put it on a community post of who's going live on certain days. Okay, not a problem. I know it's getting late. You have a good night also. Well, I think I about covered everything that I planned on covering tonight. So if anyone's got any questions for me or any topics you want me to talk about, just let me know. Yeah, that is getting kind of late, Wanda. Almost 11 here. Yeah, I've been here for over 3 months. I'm still trying to get adjusted to Central Time. Because I'm so used to everyone going live in the Eastern Time. And now I guess I have to adjust. Well, if they went live 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Eastern Time, now it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon here. But I'm still missing live because of that. You wouldn't think it'd be that hard for me to adjust to it, but it seems to be. Okay, Roberta, have a good night. You know that. Yeah, I think that would confuse people also, Wanda, even if the time was the same everywhere. Because then it'd be dark in the middle of the day on the other side of the world. I don't think there is a good answer for that. Okay, Josh. That's really confusing. Where Arizona stays the same. I don't mean it's confusing for Arizona, but for all the other states. Because I remember last fall when Roy and Becky were doing their lives. You see, it was at they were doing their lives at 10 o'clock in the morning. And then after we went back to standard time, they were still doing them at 10 o'clock. But it was an hour earlier for the rest of the world. So that was confusing everyone. So then they had to start doing their lives an hour later. So it'd be the same time that it was before for everyone else. Yep, I know what you mean there, Rachel. It's really confused people. Hello, Haig. Good to have you here. Yep, I can see where that could be an issue. I know I do that with my son sometimes, but normally I catch myself. It'll be, he's got to get up early in the morning, go to work. So he goes to bed kind of early. And I'll be thinking, oh, it's only 9:30. I can send him a message now. And then I remember, oh, that's right. It's 10:30 back in New York, so he might be in bed now. I probably shouldn't be sending him a message. A lot of times I'm up till 1 or 2. Last night, it was, I think it was like 10:30. I was in bed. I was tired last night. And that's really early for me. Yeah, I have worked all hours of day and night. The most recent shift I worked was third shift. So I was getting out of work like 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning. And then it would be, sometimes it'd be a couple hours before I got home. If I had to walk, it'd be 2.5 hours. So it'd be getting towards noon by the time I got home. And that's when I'd be going to bed. About noon. And now I really don't care what time I go to bed and get up. Unless there's some reason that I have to get up early for. I was in physical therapy for a year and a half. And I could have had my appointments later in the day, but I had appointments twice a week at 7:45. And normally the bus was there to pick me up about 7 o'clock. It could have been as early as 6:30 or so. They would let me know the day before when they were going to pick me up. And sometimes it was a little later. But those days, I had to get up. The other 5 days of the week, whenever I felt like getting up. And since I quit going to physical therapy at the end of April, there's only been maybe a half dozen times that I really have had to get up by a certain time. Yep, I know what you mean there, Rhonda. Yeah, my problem with sleep is I have to keep repositioning. I can't sleep more than 2 hours at a time. And I wake up, I'm so sore, and I got to roll over. I spend all night switching from my left side to my right side, and then I'll lay on my back for a little while. I can't lay flat on my back for a long time. So usually, well, sometimes I just have to. Usually when I do that, I don't even go back to sleep. I'll just lay on my back for maybe 15, 20 minutes, and then I'll roll up on one of my sides. Yeah, I think that's the reason that I have to lay on my back occasionally is to line my spine. And it's going to get worse before it gets better. But I'm noticing with not taking that gabapentin now that it's really bothering me. So I'm going to call the pharmacy tomorrow and see how expensive that's going to be to buy it. Because I know it's going to be a little bit before I can get insurance again. And if it's not going to be terribly expensive, then I'll have to get a prescription for that. I don't do good with pillows. I've got 2 pillows under my head, and that's the only pillows that I can use. Because I've tried that, and it doesn't work for me at all. But eventually I want to get a good mattress. And I think that will help me a lot. Even sitting here, I have to move around quite a bit. Yeah, normally when I first go to bed, I'll lay on my right side. But I have to, after a while, I have to switch to my left side. And then I might have to lay on my back for a little bit. Then back to my left side. Or get back to my right side, because I think I said before, my left side. Yeah, it's a maximum of 2 hours. And I've got to reposition. Hello, the Bud Files. Good to have you here. Oh, I see, Wanda. Welcome back to Chicken. Hey, little chickies. Yeah, I probably won't get one of the chicks out tonight. Because they're getting to the point every time I open the top, they want to fly out. And I don't want to chase chicks right now. Oh, sorry to hear that, the chicken. Well, that's good, Wanda. What you doing, Daisy? Well, you never know. You've given her a shot, the chicken. And hopefully nothing gets you, chickens. You know, I've seen it go both ways, Rachel. Because at one time, I was doing my Sunday live, and then I would just pick in a random time, usually sometime Tuesday or Wednesday, Thursday. It might be middle of the afternoon, late afternoon. And actually, a few times, those pop-up lives did better than my scheduled lives. Hello, Sherry Lynn. Good to have you here. I love Easter eggers. I've got 4 of them. Well, I hope everything goes well for you, Haig. I was noticing my average view time on my Sunday live was 23 minutes. I think that's the longest average view time I've ever had. Because normally it's right around 15 minutes. Yeah, I wish I had several things I could watch on. Well, I do have my laptop and phone, but my phone doesn't pick up Wi-Fi in here. I don't have a strong enough signal to use the data on my phone. Plus, I've got very limited data. Anyway, they say it's unlimited, but it's not. But what I would like to do, I would like to get an antenna, stick it up in the air so I can get a better cell signal. And there's another service that I want to go with. In fact, that's what I'm going to have to do when I end up moving from here. I'm going to have to go to my phone then. But the antenna that I need, I've been looking at them, and they seem to start at about $125. They went from about $125 to $200. And I still have to find out whether that's going to be compatible with my phone, because some of them only work on certain bands. I think that does happen to chicken. But I've had times that they get all of a sudden Wi-Fi goes out for no reason, and then next thing I know, I'm on data. Doesn't happen here because I can't pick the signal up. While I was in New York, I had that happen to me, and I was wondering about that same thing. Well, that sound like that's kind of scary, Wanda. Your blood clot in your heart doesn't sound good, Haig. What you do to chicken? Well, that's not good having 2-hour nosebleed. You can bleed to death from a nosebleed if you can't get it stopped. Oh, that hurts to stub your toe. I did that a couple weeks ago. Luckily, I didn't have a long-lasting injury from it. But boy, that hurt for an hour or so. One of the litter boxes is easy for the cats to tip over. So I have a brick against it so they don't tip it over as easy. Well, I got a little too close to it and stubbed my toe on that brick. What are you doing, Daisy? What's wrong, Daisy? Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Daisy. She's just wandering around here. And it's probably good putting them out in order. I know it can confuse people if you don't put them out in order. And why isn't my laptop charging? Maybe this is why. It's unplugged. Luckily, I'm still at 73%. Well, at least you got the videos and pictures to go back to. Because before I started my channel, Sorry about that. Oh, that's why I gotta get that antenna and start using my phone for internet. This Wi-Fi just isn't doing it. Sorry about that. Wi-Fi is horrible. But I just don't have the money to be able to get that antenna so I can try it from my cell phone. But I think that's going to be my only option. Yeah, I'm going to do some shorts again. I'm actually probably going to be doing some coming up soon. I've been thinking about getting started on them again. Oh yeah, same here, the chicken. My shorts are hit and miss. That's why I quit doing them. Because I had the last 3 or 4 I did got terrible views on them. Well, hopefully it works out for you, the chicken. I actually have a channel that I was going to put just shorts on. But then shorts started going downhill, and I just ended up never doing it. It's not late, Josh. What are you talking about? It's only 11:30. Yep, the chicken, you're an hour ahead of me. I've been on here a little over an hour and a half. I covered everything I wanted to cover. So, okay, the chicken. Have a good night. So, unless anyone's got any last minute questions for me, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. Want to thank everyone for being here. Thank you for all your support. I appreciate it. I'll be back Sunday at 5:30 Central. Oh, good luck with that, the chicken. Okay, good night, Sherry. Good night, Wanda. Okay. Good night, Josh. That doesn't sound like fun, the chicken. Oh, yeah, I'll keep it tuned up. Good night, Wanda. Okay, good night, everyone.